Hello guys, what's up? My name is Jack2505, this is 2505 Gaming, and welcome to Avengers 2505. I'll be looking to make Avengers videos on a weekly basis upon release, play missions, raids with my community and viewers on Twitch. So make sure to follow me on my social media platforms, links will be in the description box below. Over the last few days I've been playing a lot of the PC beta of Avengers. So the PC is going to be my main platform, but sometime next year I will be getting a PlayStation 5 for you know who. I know this is only a beta, however we are pretty close to launch. Well, September 1st for some people who has pre-ordered the deluxe version. So it'll be important to understand what we're getting into and decide if the game is for you and for me as well. Now let's have a look into the melee combat. The melee combat is actually very fun. The mixture of light and heavy attacks to take down enemy shields are engaging and impressive. Options to jump in the air, take enemies down, combat options for all situations, so if you get overwhelmed, you've got options to basically take the enemy down, either it be a direct attack or if you're surrounded, there's abilities and supers to basically take care of the enemy and take them out. And there's 3 main supers for each character, so you can rotate them and take down enemies based on the type and the situation. Now every character feels different and unique from each other, which is very good in a game like this, and shows the potential the game has for many years to come with the enormous roster that Marvel has. Now I've come into this beta a week there after the PlayStation exclusive beta the week before, and what I kept hearing from people was the game is button mashing. Now let me tell you this right now, this game is not button mashing, unless you're playing on the super easy difficulty where you can walk into enemies, press one button and it's game over. There are combos to learn and a variety of different ways to beat the opponent, depending on the situation, rather than just pressing the same buttons for the same results, in particular on the harder difficulties. So let me stress this point once more, this game is not button mashing, trust me, it's not. Now Hulk has been my main over the weekend. Hulk is a lot of fun, and I knew I was gonna like it because I've always had a soft spot for the Hulk. I've also played a bit of Iron Man, a little bit of Black Widow, and a tiny bit of Miss Marvel. I have to say, Crystal Dynamics, Square Enix, they got Hulk spot on. Hulk slamming and smashing up all over the place. I wasn't able to max out his skill tree, unfortunately. I really wanted to, but the max level is 15, so that's only 15 skill points. I wasn't able to basically use all his abilities, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but I do understand it's a beta. But I think they should have allowed us to at least have that feeling of maxing out skill tree, but maybe they just wanted to basically hold that back for the main game. I can understand that, but it's a bit frustrating at the same time. But Hulk, I'm telling you right now, yeah, I think he's going to be a top tier character. He's got to be, he's the Hulk, right? Hulk can't be crap. If he is, I'm going to be screaming for a patch right away. Hulk is a lot of fun, as you can see here in the footage here. Grabbing enemies, slamming them, grabbing one, grabbing two, smashing them together, throwing them all over the place, using that gamma charge to get my energy back, giving Hulk that rage. Hulk is a top boy. Don't get me wrong, I will be using every single character in the game. I'm not really the type of gamer to main one person. I always like to have that variety, those options, especially when people join my games and they might, let's say for example, they might main an Iron Man and I could basically be a Black Widow or a Thor or a Captain America. So I will be using every single character in the game, releasing videos on them, doing different builds, different situations, and basically stories and my experiences regarding those characters. So I will be covering every single character in this game on this channel. Now let's move on to the actual PC experience on Marvel's Avengers. The game requires 16GB RAM and a recommended i7 processor. Now I have 16GB RAM with an i9 processor. My PC runs the game well. I only stream on one PC, so I do have to bring down the settings a bit so it doesn't lag, or the frames don't drop for my views when I'm streaming on Twitch. I will show my settings a little bit later in the video, and I really want to see how the PC optimization can improve the game later on, because it does need to be patched in some way by Crystal Dynamics. They really do need to look into the PC version, as I was watching other videos and other streams, and almost everybody was having some sort of issue with the PC version, and it definitely needs a looking into, either before release or on release. Let's talk about the matchmaking, which was, for me, the worst part of this beta. I can't believe in 2020 a AAA company in a beta, which this is no excuse, can get matchmaking so wrong. I only got to play with real people once in matchmaking in 2 days. Once. And that was one of those really short missions. Now, there was a similar problem with, if you guys ever played Predator Hunting Grounds. This actually was worse than that. Predator Hunting Grounds had trouble finding people, but once it found people, you eventually got into a game with people. It's just that it took about 10 minutes or even longer than that to find a game. For that reason alone, I didn't buy the game, and Predator Hunting Grounds was a game I was really looking forward to. Now, I've got more faith in Crystal Dynamics fixing the matchmaking with Avengers, but playing the game with friends, I understand if you were in a private group you were fine, but in a game like this, sitting there and playing it with AI constantly by yourself is not a good experience. Please fix this by launch. It needs to be ironed out, fixed and done and ready to go. You need to get matchmaking fixed, because it only working once in 2 days is not acceptable at all. Also, I don't know whether it was just me, but this game seemed to have messed with my mic settings on my PC. If this has happened to anybody else, please let me know in the comment section below. Because some people with my Twitch channel said I sounded too low or sometimes too loud. It was either too low or too loud, and I had to go in my settings and reconfigure my microphone. That's never happened to me before, so I thought that was a bit strange. As promised earlier, here are my settings that I used to play and stream the game on one PC on Twitch. So if you guys have a look at the settings that I selected, you might want to pause it or slow the video down to see exactly what I was working with in regards to streaming the beta and playing it at the same time on one PC. After a few messing around with the options, it did take me a while to get it right. There was a lot of frame drops before I even started, so I opened up Streamlabs OBS and had a look there. I mean, the frame drops were disgusting, so I had to tone down a lot of the settings and turn it to either medium or low, turn off things like motion blur and things like that. But motion blur is one of the first, that's got to go. Just turn, and then once you've got it right, once you sort of tweaked it right and your PC is able to run it, then you should be good to go. I do understand there's a lot of people who will struggle with this game on PC and stream it, so console will probably be another option for you. And probably at this rate, if you're struggling with this game on PC, you might as well get it on PlayStation anyway, for you know who. I just want to have a say about pre-order betas. I think pre-order betas, they need to stop. If the betas are not going to be up to a certain standard, people have paid money for early access. And with matchmaking in particular, the experience has not been good. Also, the frame rate issue. This game has teamed up with so many companies to promote the game. And because it's Marvel, they will always have people's attention. I got into the beta because I'm a Virgin Media broadband customer. Also, I signed up with Intel, and they gave me another 2 codes which I gave out to a couple of friends of mine. I think betas, I think they should be free, and if they really want to stress test it, it should be free. Stop this pre-order bonus if your beta is not going to work well. And finally, what I'm going to say about the game is that I think it has potential. There are so many Marvel characters to bring in. It's almost endless. There are so many villains to bring in terms of their equivalents of a strike, dungeon, raids. I mean, can you imagine an Ultron raid, a Thanos raid? It would be amazing. And think about all the different worlds that they could bring in as well. We'll be going to Wakanda. Hell, we could even go space. We could even go to Fool's World, which would be great. I think YouTubers and Twitch streamers who are interested in these types of games, these loot-R, shoot-R, melee games, keep an eye on it. Don't sleep on it. Don't write it off completely, because you never know. So, you know, play it once or twice a week and see how it goes. But if you cover, let's say, Division, Destiny, Warframe, those types of games, keep an eye on this, because you never know. I have a good feeling about the game, to just have to iron out certain problems. Thank you very much for making it to the end of the video. My name is Jack2505. This is 2505 Gaming. This is the beginning of Avengers 2505. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and follow me on social media. All the links are in the description box below. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.
Nice work. This sends a message to AIM. I'm coming for you.
And their backup plan.